You know you're not going to like the fact that so many are plugging out of the church, at least for a short period of time.
Are young people leaving churches that they were once faithful to? A new study says yes, and the numbers are growing.
According to a new Lifeway study, these are the top 5 reasons young adults are leaving church after they regularly attended in high school: moving to college, church members seeming judgmental, no longer feeling connected to people in their church, disagreeing with the church's stance on political or social issues, and work responsibilities.
So tonight I talked to a pastor at a local church who's noticed the trend firsthand and says anytime these studies come out, they're hard to look at.
It's like pulling off the Band-Aid.
For Associate Pastor Nick Kinsemi, a new study showing that less adults are going to church is concerning.
You know you're not going to like the fact that so many are plugging out of the church, at least for a short period of time.
The study from Lifeway Research shows that a lot of 18 to 22-year-olds stopped attending church regularly from 2007 to 2017. And those who said they stopped going to church nearly doubled in that 10-year span.
We've kind of seen the trend that we see in this research plays true even in our church here.
Pastors here at Sharon Baptist Church are working on filling these church pews with a younger generation, and this is what they're trying to avoid. So right now, they're focusing on adapting parts of their service to encourage a younger generation to attend.
According to data from the nonpartisan Pew Research Center, in 2007, 84% of Tennessee adults were absolutely certain they believed in God. In 2014, that number dropped to 78%. Kinsemi says many things can contribute to young adults leaving the church, but he thinks not taking ownership of your faith is the biggest reason.
They're living their parents' faith or their pastor's faith, and so when they're going out into a life that's maybe separated from their family, they don't know exactly why they believe what they believe.
As for the future of the church and what pastors think of generations to come,
yeah, concerning, but, not hopeless.
And that associate pastor says while these studies aren't ideal, they can't be ignored, and it helps them realize that they need to evolve to bring others in as time goes on.
We move to the forecast now. I'm joining